Hello, good morning guys. So today naman, ang ituturo ko sa inyo yung first module natin, module 1 of our Saving Your Future. So itong talk na ito, tumitingin ako sa camera. Ang talk na ito is all about our book ito. Yan. So it's included in our new members kit for new members now. Pero dun sa mga old, mga last year nag-member, so you don't have this book unless bilhin niya siya sa office, 'di ba? This is just 150. So kung wala pa kayo nitong libro, you can buy it or panoorin niyo tong video na to. Okay? So start na tayo. Okay. So syempre, let's start with our True Millionaires Prayer, yung tinuro ni Brother Bo. Okay, in the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. So today, I ask you to bless me so I may become a blessing. Lord, I commit myself to enrich others, but because I cannot give what I do not have, I commit myself to become rich. I commit myself to serve you and to serve the poor with my wealth. Today, I open myself the abundance of your universe. Use me as your channel of love. Give me the ability to create wealth that will bless the world. Increase my financial wisdom and expand my territories. I place my life in your hands. In Jesus' name, Amen. Ayan. So, ano bang provide ulit natin? Just a recap, we provide International Marketing Group or IMG. Our company provides total financial solution. So, total meaning lahat talaga. Meron tayo. And malalaman nyo kung ano-ano yung mga yan. So, una, financial literacy, we educate people. Hindi lang tayo basta invest ng invest. We educate people, we help them learn and understand ano ba yung mga options nila na bagay para sa financial status nila para ma-achieve nila yung financial goals nila for the family or for themselves or para sa mga dreams nila. Diba? So, yun, education ang una na pinaprovide natin. So, we want you to become your own financial advisor. Kasi sino bang best na advisor para sa atin? Tayo. 'Di ba? Pero we cannot advise ourselves kung tayo mismo hindi natin alam kung paano ba mag-manage ng cash flow, how to get out of debts, how to make money work for us through investing, 'di ba? Yung hindi ka nag-work, natutulog ka lang pero you have income. So that's what we call investing. And then we also teach people how to plan for retirement, hindi lang yung technical knowledge, pati yung mindset tinuturo dito sa IMG. And later on, when you have built your wealth already, we will help you preserve your estate para mapasa siya sa next generation. Okay, so yan, financial literacy. Next, we will teach you the disciplined approach to investing. So kami naniniwala talaga na disiplina lang yung kailangan natin para ma-achieve yung financial goals natin. Di ba? So here in IMG, we will help you develop the habit of investing. Basta coachable ka, nakinig ka sa financial plan mo, mabibuild mo, magiging investor mindset ka. So we will help you build a proper, complete, integrated, and solid financial foundation. Diba? So for example, example ko, yung mama ko, yan si mama, example. Yun, di naman yung nag-i-invest eh. And up till now, hindi naman niya masyado talaga naiintindihan yung stock market. Diba? Alam lang niya Kaiser. Basta may healthcare siya. But, kahit ganon, because every month, dahil anak niya ako yung nag invest for her, nire-remind ko siya every month na, oh ma, yung monthly investment mo, yung Kaiser at Soldivo mo, every month yan na. So, naka more than 1 year na si mama. And now, hindi ko na siya nire-remind. Nagkukusa na sana, oy, ibibigay ko na ba sa'yo yung yung pang Kaiser ko, tsaka yung sa stocks ko? Pwede ko na siya nire-remind because yung habit of investing na build na kay mama. Diba? So spending is a habit as well as investing. So, ano bang habit ang ma-build sa'yo? Spending o investing? Diba? So, next, we will give you direct access to financial service companies. So, you will become your own broker. So, meaning, because you are the broker of your investment, so guess what? Yung commission na dati napupunta sa agent mo, sa'yo na mapupunta because you're the broker na eh. Diba? So, Pero maganda yun, di ba? Masaya ako kapag nakakatanggap ako ng commission galing sa sarili kong investment. Di ba? So, yan. And then also, we will give you or teach you how to have passive income to prepare for your retirement. Diba? So, yan. The result of all those four, di ba yung apat na yan? Humarang yung kamay ko. Apat na yan, total peace of mind. Diba? So, gusto natin, once we retire, hindi naman ganito kaputi yung buhok. So, like ako, I want to retire na age 35, ganun kaaga. Pero yung retirement naman, not because hindi na ako mag-work, but because, kumbaga, I want to be financially free by age 35. Hindi ko na siya pinoproblema. Diba? So, yan. Total peace of mind ang gusto nating ma-achieve upon retirement. So, all information here, dito sa ating talk, taken out from the Saving Your Future book na lagi kong pinopost sa group, di ba, yung mga pages. But also, ito, yan, seminar natin. So, wag na tong house rule because webinar naman to. Not applicable, okay? So, ano bang world situation? Diba? So, according to recent surveys, most people are facing serious financial challenges. So, 35% of Canadians do not have savings or investments. Diba? Sa Pilipinas, medyo mataas yan. I think, if I remember the statistics, it's 75 or 80% of Pinoy walang savings. At least 80% of humanity lives on less than $10 per day or that's 500 pesos per day. And half of the world, over 3 billion people, live on less than 100 pesos. So, yung $2.6, that's 100 pesos. Actually, kasama ko sa 80%. Okay. And then, 30% or more than 77 million of Americans, they don't pay their bills on time. So, nalilate din sila sa mga dues nila, di ba? Pero sa Pilipinas, ilan kaya, di ba? So, according to UNICEF, 22,000 ng bata die due to poverty. This is everyday na statistics yan. Diba? And nearly 1 billion people enter the 21st century unable to read a book or even sign their names, diba? So, no read, no write. So, sa Pilipinas, ano naman yung statistics natin sa Pilipinas? So, in the Philippines, more than 51% of husband and wife separate because of money problems. Diba? So, meron ba kayong kilala na nag-aaway lagi because of money? So, ako personally, my biological parents, they separated because of primarily, hindi naman pala primary, basta one of the reason is money problems. They always fight because of money, I remember. So, isa bang pinakasikat na alam ko muntik na maghiwalay because of money problem is si Popoy and Basha sa A Second Chance. Diba? But this is a reality. Diba? So, next, OFW's remittance remains strong. Up to now, kahit nasabi mong bumaba ang dollar, magpapadala ng pera ang mga OFWs. But, ang tanong, di ba, bakit ang daming OFWs, marami yung pera maraming sinumelo, maraming kita, pero bakit pag uwi nila, they still struggle financially. Di ba? So, may mali sa paghawak nila ng money. And in the Philippines, it's just less than 1% of our population na nag-i-invest properly. And 5.7 trillion of our pera is in savings account. Diba? Ganun kalala sa Pilipinas yung financial illiteracy. Diba? So, we want to change that. Kasi itong 5.7 trillion, it actually affects our economy. So, later, baka ma-discuss natin yan. Okay? More than 26% of Filipinos live in poverty. Diba? Third world country pa nga tayo . And most retirees become broke in less than 5 years. So, meaning, you retire 60 years old from your work. So, you have your retirement money. Ayan, may pension ka. But, after 5 years, age 65 ka. wala na, ubos na yung retirement money mo. Diba? You live up to age 80. Diba? So, meron ka pang 15 years para mabuhay, pero wala ka ng pera. Diba? So, anong ginagawa ng mga retirees natin? They're still working. That's why, minsan may makikita ka, nagtitinda, nagtataksi na, matatanda na. Diba? Because hindi nila napaghandaan yung retirement. Diba? And most employees face retrenchment and longer periods of unemployment. Talaga nagda-downsize ang mga companies, lalo na kapag because of softwares eh. So, nagda-downsize sila. So, dati kahit sa finance, 20 ang accountants, then because of software, 2 na lang or 5 na lang yung accountants. So, 15, wala na. Diba? So, and hindi lang accountant, actually marami. Even doctors and lawyers sa US and UK, napapalitan na sila ng software. So, ano ba yung new driving forces ng productivity sa company? Diba? So, una, syempre, technological advances, the automation and software programs, sila na yung mas pine-prefer ng mga company. Diba? Kasi yung mga yan, hindi nagre-reklamo eh. But ang downside, syempre sa atin, disadvantage na tao, tayo yung nawawala ng work. Diba? Sila na yung ginagamit. Syempre, next is globalization. So, isang single world market na lang tayo. Meaning, ang kakompetensya natin, hindi lang kapwa Pilipino, even China, Vietnam, Indonesia, yun na yung mga kompetensya natin sa market. Lalo na if we're going to put up a business. Sila yung magiging kakompetensya mo sa because of internet and dali-dali nang bumili, 'di ba? eBay, Amazon, maglagay ka lang diyan, so ang daming competition. So the new world, 'di ba? Many people will be left behind or will have to settle for lower skilled jobs and temporary employment. So actually I have an account dun sa isa kong consultancy. We have an accountant na temporary lang siya and hindi naman siya ma-regularize ng company because nakikita na mawawala, hindi rin naman siya kailangan in the future. Diba? So, yung security of job, hindi na ganun kadaling hanapin nowadays because of mga technological advances natin. Diba? So, ikaw, pag nawalan ka ng work ngayon, ready ka ba? Kung masasabi mo ba ngayon na in the future, hindi ka mawawalan ng work? Diba? So, change can happen a lot faster in the next 10 years. So merong 4 na generation tayo. So, the millennials, Generation X, so the boomer and the silent. So, yung silent, mga patay na yan, di ba? Kaya silent. The boomer, ito yung nabuhay sila ng panahon ng gera. So, itong mga to, the problem with them, hindi sila nakapag-prepare for retirement. Why? Kasi gera nun eh. Di ba? Paano pa nila isipin yung retirement? Diba? So, itong mga boomer na nagkaroon ng mga anak, sila yung Generation X. Diba? So, syempre, si mga anak ang magsusustain sa mga parents. Kasi, walang pang retirement eh. Itong mga anak na Generation X, hindi ba sila mag-aanak? Diba? So, they have to support their anak and their parents. That's why they are called sandwich. Yan, sila yung sandwich. And then, syempre, yung mga anak ng ating Generation X, the millennials, tayo mga millennials, di ba? So, ang challenge naman sa ating millennials is the globalization. Technological advances, yan, yung mga yan. So, kahit anong age, may challenge talaga pagdating sa money. Actually, mahirap mayaman. May pera, may problema sa pera. I have this friend, Frances Rubio, siya yung nagmulat sa akin na, alam mo, love, kahit na gano'ng karami yung pera mo, kahit gaano kaunti ang pera mo, lahat tayo may problema sa pag-manage ng money, 'di ba? And we don't know how to save and manage our money. So sabi niya, ang ganda ng mission ng IM. That's why nag-member siya dito eh. Kasi yun din yung passion niya or advocacy ng family nila. Hi, Frances! So, ano bang personal challenges natin ngayon? So, konting retrospective lang. Diba? So, do you have problems paying your bills? Are you concerned about your job or your career? So are your children growing up and your parents growing older faster than you can provide them? Diba? Do you feel your financial trap is affecting your family already? Are you paid what you are worth? Is life passing you by? Diba? Or do you still hope for a brighter day? Diba? So one of the greatest discoveries of the 20th century is that you can change your life by changing the way you think. So if nabasa nyo yung The Power or The Secret, yan yun eh. So the power of your mind or the power of the law of attraction. So baguhin mo lang yung mindset mo and your life will change. Diba? Isipin mo lang na you can manage your money, you can become successful, and you will become successful. Diba? You just have to believe it. Okay, the new awakening natin. Sa dati, di ba, yung matatanda or yung mga lolo't lolo natin, kahit yung pension nila sa SSS, pwede pa sa kanila dati. But now, is it enough na mag-retire ka using your SSS? Hindi na, di ba? So, from Social Security, dapat magkaroon tayo ng self-security upon retirement. So, tayo na yung mag-create ng sarili nating retirement to achieve our personal financial freedom. Hindi mo siya iaasag sa gobyerno, diba? Or sa company mo. So, sa'yo, sa sarili mo. Mas kontrolado mo yan eh, diba? Sa company, may limit pa yan. Sa government, ganun din. Pero kung ikaw yung mag-fund ng retirement mo, it's unlimited. Especially if you will put your your mind into it, diba? If magko-commit ka talaga dyan. So, take charge of your financial future and develop new financial habits. Kung pangit ang financial habits mo ngayon, you have to change it na. Diba? So, this is Juan Nguyen. Siya yung sumulat ng Saving Your Future book. So, sabi niya, financial concepts and solutions may not be the most exciting subject, but with discipline and patience, I also believe that you can learn and understand the fundamentals and you can build a good financial foundation. Diba? So here in IMG, we will help you build a good and solid financial foundation. Diba? So kami, we teach you. Pag natutunan mo, it's up to you. You have to decide for yourself kung anong dapat mong gawin. Okay? So, financial independence, it's not a dream. Pangalap lang ba yan? Hindi, no? Everyone needs financial independence. Diba? So, take control of your future by being financially literate. So, syempre, ano bang step by step natin gawin? So, una, we have to increase our cash flow. Paano tayo mag-i-increase ng cash flow? Diba? So, we have... Maingay ba? Narinig niyo ba yan? So, we have to manage our money and our time. Diba? So, let's check paano ba natin may na-manage yung money and time natin. So, how do you manage your spare time? May spare time pa ba kayo? Okay, so A, do you make more money? Teka, nabasa niyo ba to? Wait ha, ayan. So, B, do you waste money? C, do you waste time? So, ano dyan yung ginagawa nyo? O how do you manage your salary or your income or your profit from business? A, do you save some? Do you spend all? Or do you spend before you receive it? Most of people na umattend sa seminar natin, ang answer nila, B or C. Diba? So, actually, pag kami nag-i-invite sa seminars natin sa IMG, free na. And then, our friends and family will say na, ay, busy kami eh, diba? So, anong busy? Diba? So, alam nyo na kung ano yung ginagawa nila sa spare time nila and sa money nila, B and C. So, what's our solution? Our solution is to change the things that we do in our spare time. Use it to earn multiple passive income. Like for me, actually, I have 3 active income. Tama ba? Yeah, 3 active income as of now because I have a goal. Diba? Hindi naman yung forever. Ngayon lang kasi I have a goal in the short term. Pero also, ang aking passive income, I think I have Apat. Apat yung passive income stream ko. Oh, so pito yung income stream ko ngayon, diba? Pero that's for the short term. So, yun. So, very seldom na din ako manood ng TV. I control myself. So, kung manonood ako, siguro I want TV para walang commercial. Diba? Diretso. Sayang yung oras. And then, even my Facebook, nakakapag-Facebook na lang ako kapag traffic. And good thing, laging traffic. Ang haba ng time ko mag-FB. But, on a normal basis, hindi na masyado. Diba? So, that's how I manage my time. Diba? Even yung mayaman yung mga billionaires natin, Henry C., Zobel, Ayala. So, they started sa baba din naman. Diba? 24 hours din naman yung time nila. Pero, ano ba yung ginawa nila sa oras nila? Diba? So, actually, hindi na natutulog yung mga yon just to reach where they are now. Diba? So, kung ikaw may dream ka, may gusto kong i-achieve, and you're committed to reach it, so, isipin mo na kung sa ginagawa mo ba sa spare time mo, nakakatulong yan para ma-achieve yung goal mo in the future. Diba? Solution 2 naman natin is to change your money habits. Save money and invest. Actually, yung save money, kulang na yan, obsolete na yan, hindi na yan effective ngayon. Diba? Tama ba? So, dapat ini-invest mo na yan because meron tayong tinatawag na inflation Diba? So, I think madidiscuss din yan later on. So, congratulations because you're part of IMG. And you're here or you are a member because you decided to go for letter A to make more money and to save some. So, save a lot. Save and invest a lot. Yun yung gusto natin talaga. So, number 2, we want to spend less. Diba? So, minsan, laki na ng income mo diba? So, pero, hindi mo na kailangan ng additional income. Ang kailangan mo na lang is magbawas ng expenses. Diba? So, sabi ni Kuya Warren, ating paboritong investor, don't save what is left after spending, spend what is left after saving. Diba? So, ang formula natin dyan is your income minus, with tithes naman, we give tithes because ang tithing natin, it's our way of saying thank you kay Lord sa lahat ng blessings na binigay niya. Diba? So, ito yung gusto ko rin sa IMG. They teach people how to be generous. So, through tithes. And, if, kunwari, binigyan ka ng 1,000 and sa 100 pesos, tama ba, 100 pesos ang 10%, nahihirapan ka ng ibigay. Paano ka pabibigyan ni Lord ng 10 million? Diba? Kaya mo bang ibigay yung 1 million na tithes? Diba? So, yun yung sinasabi na, yung great gifts, mas malaking responsibility yung kailangan mong ibigay. Diba? So, kahit small amount, i-practice natin yung 10%. And personally, ako pinapractice ko yung 10%, even more. And to be honest, my income has been growing ever since. Kahit na nagta-tithes ako. Parang dinodoble pa ni Lord pag nag-tithes ako. Kung ano yung nawala, tina-10 times pa niya yung binibigay ko sa kanya. So, it's a good way. Yun yung sinasabi ni Brother Bo na kaya niya pinagpe-pray na yumaman pa tayo para mas malaki yung tithes natin na pantulong. Diba? So, yun lang naman yun We want to help more people, kaya gusto natin mag-increase pa yung wealth natin. So, next yan, syempre, sino bang napagod? Sino bang na-stress? Diba ikaw? Ikaw. That's why we have to pay ourselves through savings and investment, 20%. So, actually, this 20%, nasa Bible din yan. Diba? Itabi mo yung 5 ng 6 mo para sa panahon ng tagutom, meron ka kakainin. Diba? Actually, maraming verse sa Bible na nagsasabi na mag-save and invest tayo. As in, I remember when I was starting in IMG, tapos nagbabasa ako ng Bible, napapasakto lagi sa mga Bible verse about money. Kaya marami ako napopost lagi na verses about investing. So, saktong-sakto lagi. So, so you have to pay yourself. Yung pay yourself, hindi yan ibig sabihin na, sweldo na, bibili akong shoes, di ba? Pay yourself. No, hindi yun. Hindi yung paying yourself. Kasi pag ginawa mo yan, kawawa ka in the future. 'Di ba? So, yan. So, ano magkano natira? 70%. Yan. Diyan mo na pagkasayan yung expenses mo and yung lifestyle mo. Diyan pupunta yung sapatos. Diyan pupunta yung new phone. Diyan pupunta yung new dress. Diyan pupunta yung new bag. Diyan pupunta yung relo. Okay? So, ang tawag natin sa formula na yan is the prosperity formula. Diba? So, yan, nabasa ko yan din sa 8 Secrets of Truly Rich. Tsaka abundance formula. Diba? So, sa tingin mo ba, pag ginawa mo tong formulang to, maghihirap ka pa in the future at sa heaven? Diba hindi na? Yan. Ano ba gusto mo? Mahirap mayaman. Ayan. So, yung sasabi, ay lovely. Ang unti-unti na nga ng sweldo ko eh. Wala nang natitira. Diba? So, tingnan natin, ano ba yung expenses mo for the month? Ikaw, i-check mo, ano ba yung mga expenses mo for the month? Baka naman meron ka dyang gastos na pwedeng tanggalin na. Diba? So, buy only what you need, not what you want. Ay, hindi yung mabasa. So, for example, personally, because I have a virtual assistant job, so kailangan ko laging connected sa internet. Diba? Pag nandito ako sa apartment ko, walang internet lagi. That's why I'm always at the Starbucks. Kasi doon may plug. Kasi doon lagi, normally, doon talaga yung malakas yung connection ng wifi ko eh. Pag nasa iba akong lugar, pag yung mas mura, wala namang connection. Diba? So, anong ginawa ko? Syempre, ang kape. Kahit isang cup lang ang binibili ko sa one day kong stay. That's 125 or 150. Hindi, hanggang 125 lang yung binibili ko. Yan. Pero pag kinukumpit ko, malaking amount pa rin eh. Parang about 3,000 per month. Diba? So, parang, ay, ano ba yun? Teka lang. So, anong ginawa ko? I looked for a place kung saan meron ng free wifi. Para tipid na, diba? So, ikakat ko na yung wifi ko and masasave na yung trips ko to Starbucks. So, ang laki, every month, may 3,000 akong masasave na pwede ko nang i-add sa investment ko sa mutual funds or dun sa iba ko pang passive income. So, ganun yun yung sinasabi natin na i-assess mo yung mga expenses na sa tingin mo, pwedeng bawasan, pwedeng i-cut na hindi naman necessary talaga. Diba? So, yun, for example, ito. Soft drinks, diba? If that's 20 pesos per can and sa isang araw nakaka 2 cans ka, so let's say that's 1,200 every month. Pag in-invest mo yan sa Soldivo, diba? After 20 years, that's 1.2 million. Kung average 12% yung return. Diba? Ano bang gusto mo after 20 years? 1.2 million o diabetes? Diba? Ako 1.2. Diba? Pero pwede naman mag-soft drinks if libre. Diba? O yan, kape. Diba? 20 pesos to ay yung sa akin. That's 125. So, ang laki na matitipid ko. Cigarettes. Ayan. Lotto tickets. Diba? Extra phone bills. Dati, ang mahal din ng phone bills ko. Ngayon, nag-prepaid na lang ako. Unlimited text to all network. That's 250 pesos lang siya every month. Sobrang tipid. Tapos, yung call ko, Skype, FB Messenger, Viber, doon na ako tumatawag. Diba? All network. So, pedicure, manicure, hindi na ako nagpapa-pedicure kasi nagkakaroon ako ng ingrown. Tipid pa. Diba? Hair maintenance, dati nagpaparebond pa ako, nagpapakulot. Di ba yung mga girls? Hindi maintindihan. Pag straight, magpapakulot. Pag kulot, magpapastraight. Di ba? So, dito, parang, because natutunan ko na yung value ng pera ko, naging maingat na ako sa paggastos ko. Diba? So, hindi na. Lagi na ako nakaipin. Ngayon. Di ba? Hindi na ako nagpapa-maintenance. Yan. So, yun, we want to teach you to cut the little expenses, lalo na kung sinasabi mo na you have no money to invest anymore. So, tingnan mo, ano ba yung mga expenses, ilista mo siya every month, i-monitor mo, baka meron pa tayong pwedeng bawasan. 'Di ba? Para makapag-start tayo mag-invest. Kahit na 30 pesos per day, pwede na yan. 'Di ba? Or 1,000 per month, pwede na yan. 'Di ba? So, yeah. Number 3 is we want you manage your debt. Pwede naman mangutang as long as you will manage it. 'Di ba? So, control your debt or debt will control you. 'Di ba? So, for example, umutang ka sa credit card, 100,000 yung balance mo. Tapos, magkano interest rate sa credit card? Sa 3.5% every month yan. Diba? Tapos, every month, ang binabayaran mo lang yung minimum na 3.5. So, tingin mo, mababayaran mo yung 100,000 mo? No, forever ka nang may utang. Diba? Kasi may utang kang 100,000, diba? Kasi, so, magkano interest niya every month? 3,500. Tapos, ang binabayaran mo lang is yung interest na 3,500. So, forever kang may 100,000 na utang. So, dapat, ang binabayaran mo every month, more than the minimum or bayaran mo na lahat, di ba? Para wala ng interest. Di ba? So, ako, I have credit card. Pero I always pay. Actually, I pay more than the amount due. Para meron akong parang kunwari, if my credit line is 10,000, tapos nagbayad ako ng sobrang 1,000, so credit line ko is 11,000, diba? So, convenient naman kasi ang credit cards, diba? As long as you know how to manage it. Diba? Yeah, and don't forget yung due date because yung default na medyo malaki din. Diba? That's why I have a reminder, a recurring reminder for my due dates ng mga 5 days before the due date talaga para hindi ako malilate. So, pay ahead of time to avoid interest charges. Diba? So, yan sino Tito Bench and Feli. Sila story nila. Million talaga ang credit card utang nila. But they were able to rise from it. They have a book, Rise from Debt. Tama ba? Yeah, Reason from Debt. And now, meron silang bagong librong nirelease, The Debt Destroyer, that I read recently. Ayan. So, once you get yourself into debt, it will become hard to get out. So, actually, maraming tao hindi pa rin nakakatakas sa utang. Para naging lifestyle nila na pag wala silang pera, nangungutang. And those people, yung mga taong yun yung kailangan po nating i-reach out, naturuan, or i-educate na, hey, meron pang ibang way kaysa mangutang para magkaroon ng money. Diba? We will teach them. So, that is the disease, diba? Sakit talaga yan. I have a friend, mayat-maya siya ng utang and binabayaran na niya minimum. So, hindi naman nakikinig sa akin. Di ba? I've already invited him and to be fair naman sa akin. Lagi yung sinasabi na, oo naman, Ate Love. Ganyan. So, I always remind the person. And, I hope and I pray na magising na siya. Diba? Saan na ba tayo? So, it could control your life. Di ba pag may utang ka, ang hirap mabuhay. Parang wala kang peace of mind. Di ba? It will diminish your happiness and limit your freedom. Kasi may utang ka. May tinataguan ka. Di ba? So, getting out of debt may be one of the hardest things to do and takes a lot of effort and time. But you must fight to do it. You can never be free until you are debt-free. Diba? So, paano ba makaalis sa utang? Diba? We have 4 ways or 4 steps to get out of debt. Syempre, reminder, you need discipline to do this. Talaga kailangan mong i-commit sa sarili mo na hindi, babayaran ko na tong utang ko to. Diba? Hindi pwedeng wala. Sa panaginip mo lang binabayaran yung utang mo. Hindi pwede na. Okay, una, syempre, huwag ka na mangutang. Huwag mo nang dagdagan yan, di ba? So, bawasan mo na yung mga gastos mo and increase cash flow kung kulang talaga. Sa panahon ngayon, you can find lots of extra income. Di ba? Don't carry credit cards. Use cash only. Lalo na kung wala kang disiplina. spender habit ka pa, di ba? Huwag ka mag-credit card. So, spend money on needs. Alamin mo, i-assess mo ano ba yung needs mo versus sa wants mo. Di ba? And make a list of all your debts. Ilista mo lahat ng utang mo. And then, una mong bayaran yung mga utang na mataas yung interest rate. Di ba? Meron kasing 10%, merong 5%. Una mong bayaran yung 10%. Diba? So, pwede ka rin mag-restructure ng mortgage payments. You just talk to your bank. Willing silang makipag-coordinate sa'yo. Diba? To help you out. Diba? Mababait naman ang mga bank. Basta kausapin mo sila. Huwag mong tatakbuhan, okay? Ayan. Ito, meron tayong, itong magazine ito, we also have a copy of this sa Lucena office. Naka-display siya doon. So, you can read it there. Also, a konting tip. Ako, I have, because of my good credit line sa credit card, inalok nila ako, sabi nila, "Oy, Miss Love, ganyan, pwede ka mangutang sa amin, magkano ba yun? For example, pwede ka mangutang sa amin, Miss Love, ng 10,000 because of your good standing, ganyan. Tapos, okay, magkano yung interest? So, parang sinabi nila na for 2 years, the total interest na babayaran ko is, for example, 1,000. Diba? So, meaning sa 2 years, 10% yung interest. So, guess what? Anong ginawa ko dun sa 10,000 na inutang ko? Ininvest ko siya sa mutual funds. Diba? Na equity option. So, syempre, equity natin, it's earning. Maliit pa yung 12% eh. It can earn up to 18%. Maliit yung 18%. So, kung ininvest ko yan, in 2 years, kumita na ng 18% times 2, 36%. Diba yung 10,000? Minus, syempre, I have to pay the utang of 1,000. So, kung that's 1,000 and kumita yung investment ko ng 3,600, so kumita ako ng 2,600 without shelling out money. So, yun yung tinatawag na good management of debt. Kasi yung inutang ko, ginamit ko siya sa isang bagay na kumikita rin. Diba? So, that's what we call good debt. Ang bad debt, kung umutang ka, bumili ka ng kotse, installment, amortization. So, yung kotse mo, wala. Pangpunta mo lang sa SM. Makatulad ng mama ko. Hi, ma. So, bumili siya ng kotse, pero utang. Diba? Pang ano lang niya, pang service. So, hindi yan nag-earn. Diba? Every month pa, pinapa-service pa siya. So, palabas yung money. So, hindi yan asset. Diba? So, good thing, si mama naman, maganda naman yung financial standing niya. So, okay lang na inamortize niya yung car niya. Meron naman siyang pambayad ng interest. Diba ma? Ayan. So, I think that's all for part 1. I still have a module 2 for you guys. Diba? So, konting feedback. Sino ba yung 5 tao sa buhay mo, family, friends? Sa tingin mo, kailangan ma-educate para makaalis sa utang? Madami. Diba? So, anong dapat mong gawin? I-share mo yung knowledge, diba? Invite mo sa office, umattend ng seminar para ma-educate. Or, pahiramin mo yung libro, yung Saving Your Future, ipabasa mo sa kanya. Or, yung Debt Destroyer. Diba? Nabasa ko na, ang ganda ng libro. I highly advise that you buy it from Tito Benson Feli. Kasi maganda siyang i-share sa family and friends natin. Step 4, we must understand how money work. Paano ba nag-work ang money? We have this wealth formula. So, yan. Money plus time plus or minus rate of return plus siya kung income. Minus siya kung nalugi yung investment mo. Minus inflation, syempre, and minus tax. The result of that is your wealth. Diba? So, syempre, common mistake naman ng mga tao, procrastination. Diba? Sabi nila, bata pa naman ako saka na. Akit muna akong bundok, travel muna ako. Hindi muna ako mag-save and invest. Tapos yun, nag-asawa, 30 years old na. Marami pa akong anak Ang daming gastos, pampers, gatas. Yan. So, hindi pa rin nag-save and invest. 40 years old na, ay naku, nag-aaral na yung anak ko eh. Bibili kami ng bahay. Hindi ko pa kaya mag-invest. Hanggang sa hindi mo na malayan, you're already 50 years old. Pa-retire ka na. And sasabihin mo sa sarili mo, it's too late already. Diba? Kaya marami sa mga Pilipino they fail to prepare for their retirement kasi hindi nila nakikita yung future. Nakikita lang nila yung short term. That's why gustong-gusto ko yung second habit of highly effective people na begin with the end in mind. Ano ba nakikita mo in the future? Kasi if you see yourself in the future, you will make better decisions today in the present. Diba? So, don't wait. Huwag ka na maghintay. Mag-save ka na ngayon. Kung magkano kaya mo, you can start na. 33 pesos per day or 1,000 per month, it's okay to start. Diba? So, I have an auntie. Nag-start, as in, kami, financial check-up kami, nag-assess kami ng expenses niya. Wala talaga natitira sa pera niya. Diba? But, she disciplined herself. She committed na every month she will invest 1,000 sa kanyang mutual funds. Diba? So, yun. Ngayon, nag-invest siya every month sa kanyang mutual funds. Diba? So, asset versus ikaw, tignan mo yung mga gamit mo or yung mga nabili mong bagay. Asset ba yan or liability? Diba? Isa lang naman yung criteria natin for asset. Assets are anything you buy or have that puts money into your pocket. Meaning, yung binili mo. Naglalagay ba yan ng pera sa pocket mo? Yung cellphone, yung iPhone 7, pag binili mo yan, will it increase your cash inflow? Or palabas yung pera? Diba? Yung boyfriend mo or yung girlfriend mo, naglalagay ba yan ng pera sa pocket mo? If hindi, hindi ko sinasabing i-break nyo. I-turn natin into asset ang inyong mga love of your life. Diba? So, yun. So, yun na yung criteria for buying an asset. So, for example, I invested already in a condo. Kung yung condo, gagamitin ko para tirahan ko, that's a liability. Diba? Kasi binabayaran ko yun every month. Amortization, kuryente, utilities, and association dues. So, that's a liability for me, hindi yun asset. Pero kung yung condo yun, ipaparenta ko. Diba? So, that's already an asset. Because every month, mayroong rent income. Minus the amortization, kahit pa paano, meron pa rin net na inflow sa akin. So, ganun tayo mag-assess kung asset ba talaga yung mga binibili nating investments. Diba? Ikaw, bumili ka ng lupa, di mo naman ginagamit, tenga. So, that's not an asset. It's actually a liability already. So, get rich slowly. Ito yung tinatawag nating wealth calculator. For example, if you just invest 1,000 every month, nilagay mo sa stocks natin, continuous ka. For example, you're already 30 years old. Ang 1,000 mo, pagdating mo ng age 50, is 1 million. Pagdating mo ng age 60, retirement mo, that's 3.5 million. Diba? So, 1,000 ka lang every month, but pagdating mo ng age 60, you have a guarantee of 3.5 million. Average, kasi 12% ko yung kinompute. Siyempre, pag malaki, okay, 2,000. So, that's 7 million. Pag mas malaki, for example, 10,000 yung sinave mo every month, after 20 years, that's 10 million. Yeah, 10 million. After 30 years, that's 35 million, diba? So, mas malaki yung ini-invest mo or tinatabi mo, mas malaki yung nabibuild mong wealth, diba? Mas malaki yung interest rate, mas malaki yung wealth. So, ang kakampi natin sa pag-build ng wealth natin, yung amount of money, yung interest rate, syempre yung time. Kasi kung 20 years, 1 million lang, diba? Pero pag 30 years mong nag-save and invest, that's 3.5 million. Yan yung mga kakampi natin, ha? Sinong kaaway naman? Ang kaaway naman natin, tax, inflation, wala tayong magagawa dyan. And procrastination, yung sarili natin, kalaban din natin. Diba? So, you have to avoid get rich quick schemes, yung mga scam. So, if you don't know how to detect a scam, you ask your mentor. yan, huwag kang bumili ng liabilities masyado. So, mag-invest ka lang sa assets. So, investing early and correctly makes it easy to build your wealth. So, for example, ako, 20 years old. I'm going to retire 60 years old, diba? And my goal is 5 million. So, ilang years ako magsisave and invest? That's 40 years. So, ang kailangan ko lang i-invest at 12%. Kung nilagay ko sa stocks, kailangan ko lang itabi every month, 500 pesos every month. Para pagdating ko ng 60 years old, I have 5 million. Pero, kunwari, 20 years old ako, tinamad ako. Nag-30 years old na ako, 40 years old na ako. Sabi ko sa kanila, pag malaki na sweldo ko, 45 na ako. Tapos, di ko na malayan, 55 years old na ako. Diba? I have only 5 years to go bago yung retirement age ko. So, 5 years na lang ako mag-i-invest. So, magkano ang kailangan kong itabi every month para magkaroon ako ng 5 million at age 60? So, that's 60,000 every month. So, ano bang mas madali? 500 pesos or 60,000 every month? Diba? 500 pesos. Kaya start ka na ng maaga. Huwag mo nang intayin pa. Huwag ka nang hintayin. Yun, sabi niya, don't wait for the right time because now is the right time. Actually, yesterday is the right time. Today is just the second best time. Diba? Tomorrow may not come. So, invest early. Lalo na yung mga millennials. We have a member, Diane Forms. She's just 19. Abigail, my sister, is 18 years old. My brother, Kuya Nok, he's just 9 years old and he's starting already to save and invest 1,000 minimum every month. Diba? So, our kwento, paborito natin kwento, Mr. Save and Early. Si Mr. Save Early, diba? 22 years old, nagtabi na siya ng 26 for 70. Every year for 7 years. Tapos, kinalimutan na niya yan. Diba? Hinintay na lang niya mag-retire siya. Si Save Later, sabi niya, ay, travel muna ako, akit muna akong bundok, bili muna akong kotse, bili muna akong iPhone, saka na lang ako magsisave and invest. So, siya, ganun din naman. After 7 years, nag-save and invest din siya, 26470 din. 7 years din siya nagtabi. Diba? Pero, pagdating nila nag-retirement age 65, ang kay early, 4.7. Kay later, 2.4. So, pareho sila ng amount na in-invest. Pareho, di ba? Pareho sila ng edad pareho sila ng edad. At pareho din sila ng edad na nag-retire. Pero anong difference nilang dalawa? The difference is, mas maraming time na nag-compound yung money na dito lang siya nag-start eh. Diba? So, ang kakampi mo talaga is yung time. You start early as much as possible. Now, mag-start ka na ngayon. Ayan, start now. Sabi niya. Ayan, so, ano bang sekreto ng mayayaman, ng mga truly rich? Gusto niyo ba malaman? So, they just use the magic of compounding interest. So, aray ko, ang complicated naman yan, compounding interest. Diba? So, actually, pinasimple ni Albert Einstein, ang tawag niyo dyan is the rule of 72. So, paano ba nag-work lovely ang rule of 72? So, ganta lang yan ha. So, you just divide the number 72 by the interest rate of your saving and investing. It will give you the estimated numbers of years it will take your money for you to double. So, yung example, para madali na. Question muna. Magkano interest rate sa bank? Diba, 0.25%? Tama ba? 0.25%. Hindi ko na alam. I think 0.25%. So, let's say, sa bangko, ang binibigay na interest is 1% ang interest ng pera mo. So, kung gagamitan mo ng rule of 72, ilang years bago dumoble ang pera mo sa bangko? So, 72 divided by the interest rate, which is 1%. So, 72 divided by 1 equals, yes, 72. Meaning, it will take 72 years for your money to double if it's just in the bank. So, kung meron kang 10,000 sa bank, it will become 20,000 pesos after 72 years. Congratulations! Sobrang bilis. Di ba? Maabutan po ba yun? Hindi na. Ganun siya kabilis. Di ba? So, for example, nag-time deposit ka and binigyan ka ni bank ng 4%. So, ilang years yan to double? 72 divided by 4 equals 18. Every 18 years, double yung money mo. So, if I'm 29 na ba ako? Sino bang 29 sa atin? O, basta, for example, si Kuya Eugene. 29 lang si Kuya Eugene. Meron siyang 100,000. Tapos, nilagay niya sa time deposit. So, after 18 years, yung 100,000 niya magiging 200,000. After 18 years, magiging 400,000. So, 65 years old si Kuya Eugene. Pagkuha niya ng pera niya sa time deposit, that's 400,000. So, masaya ba si Kuya Eugene sa 400,000? Maybe, yes. Hindi natin alam. Pero, yung 100,000 mo, sa tingin mo ba, nasa vault lang yan, diba? Na after 36 years, bigla na lang naging 400,000. Anong ginagawa ni bank dyan? It's either pinapautang or ini-invest din yan sa stock market or sa ibang business. Diba? So, ilalagay nila yan sa 12%. Pagpalagay na natin na 12% na nilagay. Diba? So, ilang years? So, 72 divided by 12 equals 6. So, ibig sabihin, yung 100,000, it will double every 6 years. So, 100,000 mo, after 36 years, it will become, 6.4 million. Diba? Tapos, magkano ibabalik sa inyo bank? Magkano ibabalik kay Kuya Eugene? 400,000. Tapos, yung total na 6 million, kanina punta? Kay bangko. Diba? Kaninong pera yon? Kaninong 100,000? Kay Kuya Eugene. Diba? Anong puna ni bangko? Wala. Yung financial knowledge lang kung saan mag-earn ng 12%. Diba? So, isa yun sa tinuturo namin dito sa IMG. We teach people paano ba mag-save and invest correctly or the right way. Diba, Rico? So, ba't ka pa magpo-4% kung alam mo na, matututunan mo na kung saan ba ma-earn yung 12%. Diba? So, ikaw, everyone, every Filipino, we are giving them the opportunity to earn 12% as well. And we don't need 100,000 to start. Kasi kung stock market, you start with 5,000 and then 1,000 lang every month. Diba? We will teach you how. Ayan. So, ikaw ngayon, you assess, saan nakalagay ang pera mo? Sa red or sa yellow? Yung family and friends mo, saan nag-i-invest ng money nila? Sa red or sa yellow? Diba? Most of them, nandito sa puti. Nandito sa black. Sa 0.25%. And so, most often than not, people put their money in less than 1% and borrow money at more than 12%. So, simpleng math dyan, di ba? Lugi ka ng negative 11%. So, we want you to save and invest correctly. Diba? We will teach you. Diba? So, ano ba yung inflation? It is the silent killer of our money. Diba? So, nag-i-increase ang presyo ng bilihin natin kasi bumababa yung purchasing value of our money over time. Bakit ba nagkakaroon ng inflation? Lovely. It happens when a country prints more money than it earns. So, bakit ba print yung BSP? Kasi po, yung pera po natin na nakinita, nasa bangko po nakalagay. So, di ba yung 5.7 trillion nasa bangko lang? Tapos, 1% lang yung nagsisave and invest. So, yung pong factor na yon, yung pagsisave natin ng sobrang pera sa bangko, it affects our inflation. Yan. Diba? So, you are affecting the inflation of our economy. Kapag sobra yung perang nilalagay mo sa bank. Diba? So, pwede ka pa naman maglagay ng pera sa bank, pero hindi siya pang long term. It's more of for emergency fund mo, o kaya yung iyong monthly expenses, doon mo siya ilagay. Diba? So, yung 100 pesos mo, let's assume na 3% yung inflation. Ang 100 pesos mo, ang value na lang yan after 20 years, 55 pesos na lang. Yan na yung kaya niyang bilhin. Yeah. Kaya kailangan natin mag-invest talaga. So, dapat po, yung pinaglalagyan natin ng pera, kung 3% yung inflation, at least 4% nandun dapat yung pera natin para hindi nawawala yung value ng money natin. Yan. Hindi ko na to i-discuss. Taxes! Heart attacks na ba kayo? So, most employees na heart attacks because in Asia, Philippines has the highest income tax rate for employees talaga. But because you don't know what are the other options of earning income, kung saan ba maliit ang tax. Diba? Huwag na kayong magreklamo. Diba? Lahat naman may tax eh. Diba? O kumita ka. Diba? You have income tax. O bumili ka ng expenses mo. O you have VAT. O you save money. Naglagay ka ng pera sa bangko. O you have wealth tax or final tax. Oh, namatay ka na. Actually, mag-donate ka, they still tax you downwards tax. Oh, mamatay ka na, they will still tax you, estate tax. So, wala ka talagang takas dyan. And our only option is, ano ba yung mga income na mababa yung income tax implication? Yun yung pwede natin gawin. Okay, so, to know more about it, kung interesado kang medyo malaman yan, kasi medyo komplikado yan eh. You can ask me for a personal coaching about how to minimize your tax legally. Hindi naman tayo magta-tax evade. So, you can contact me how to minimize it. So, effects of inflation and taxes. For example, you have 10,000. Binigyan kita 10,000 ngayong Pasko. Diba? Tapos, hindi mo in-apply yung natutunan mo sa IMG. Nilagay mo lang siya sa bangko. So, magkano kinita ng pera mo sa bangko? After 1 year, meron yung interest na 100,000 minus yung tax na 20. So, that's after 1 year, ang pera mo magiging 10,000 and 80 pesos. Siyempre, may inflation. Minus inflation rate na 5%. Minus 500. Magkano ang pera mo after 1 year? That's 9,580 pesos. So, nag-increase ba yung wealth mo? No, you actually lost 480 pesos because of your financial illiteracy, ignorance. Pero because you know this, hindi ka na ignorant, hindi ka na rin illiterate, hindi mo lang in-apply yung tinuturo natin. Diba? So, this is the reason why we need to invest correctly. Because yung pera po natin, kinakain po yan ng inflation every year. Wala kang magagawa. Okay, sinasabi lang niya na mag-retire ka. So, paano ba mag-invest correctly, lovely? To know how to invest, dapat alam mo paano ba nag-work yung financial market or yung stock market na tinatawag. So, generally, when the company needs to raise money, they can either issue stock or bond certificates. So, nandito ba yan? Ayan. Opening ang curtain. Ayan. Understanding the market. The first market, kapag kunwari si Jollibee, naku, wala na tayong pera. Gusto ko magpatayo ng panibagong building. Ganyan. So, saan tayo kukuha ng pera? Pwedeng sabihin ni Jollibee na, mag-issue tayo ng stocks o kaya ng bonds sa public. So, from Jollibee, pag bumili ka kay Jollibee diretso ng stocks and bonds, ang tawag po doon, first market or yung initial public offering pag first time na in-issue. Diba? Siyempre, ikaw, initial public offering mo kinuha, ikaw na yung holder. Ikaw na nandun na sa stock certificate ni Jollibee. Ikaw, as a holder, pwede mo siyang ibenta sa ibang tao. Diba? So, pag binenta mo siya sa ibang tao through stock market, ang tawag na dun is second market. Diba? So, yun yung trading na tinatawag. Yeah. So, ang difference lang ng bonds sa bonds, instrument of indebtedness yan. Ibig sabihin, pag bumili ka ng bonds kay Jollibee, may utang sa'yo si Jollibee, pinautang mo siya. Okay, so ang kapalit po ng utang, interest. So, yun, katulad ng ibang utang, babayaran ka ni Jollibee ng interest. So, mababa ang return yan. Yan, mababa. Kasi fix yan 12%. Pag kumita si Jollibee ng 50%, 12% lang yung sa'yo. Diba? Hindi kanya kahati. Pero ang risk niyan, mababa. Kasi pag nalugi naman si Jollibee ng 30%, still, kahit lugi siya, kailangan kanyang bayaran ng 12%. So, halos guarantee yung 12% mo sa bonds. Diba? Sa stocks naman, it is an instrument that signifies the equity ownership. So, ibig sabihin, may-ari ka. Pag bumili ka ng stocks ni Jollibee, may-ari ka ng Jollibee. Mataas ang return niya. Mataas. Kasi pag kumita ng 50% si Jollibee, 50% din yung kita mo, na investment mo. Pero mataas din ang risk. Kasi, pag nalugi siya ng 30%, lugi ka din ng 30%. Diba? That's why, ba't ba natin to sinishare? Kasi kailangan malaman. Ano ba yung risk appetite mo? Pag medyo mababa, gusto mo medyo guaranteed, dito ko sa bonds. Pero kung risk taker ka, or long-term investor ka, mag-stocks ka. Diba? Kasi mataas yung return. Diba? So, market index, ito yung performance ng top 30 corporations natin. Yun yung galaw nila. So, kailangan malaman, ilang taon ka ba mag-i-invest? So, lagi ko yung tinatanong pag may nagpapa-advise sa akin, sabi, ilang taon mo ba? Parang, kailan mo ba gagamit yung pera? 2 years, 3 years, 5 years? Yan. So, kung 1 day to 11 months, that's short term. So, ilagay mo na lang sa ATM or sa savings account. Pag 1 year to 5 years, lagay mo yan sa bonds, treasury bills, bank deposits. Yan. Pag more than 5 years, yan, pwede ka na mag-stocks, equities, balance, long-term healthcare, pension. Yan. Ito yung mga higher risk. Anong risk mo? Pag medyo kabado ka, nervyoso, mag-low risk ka na lang. Diba? Government securities, corporate bonds, real estate, yan. Pag medyo medium risk taker ka, balance fund, long-term healthcare. Kasi may mga ceiling or floor. So, pag bumaba yung market, hanggang dito lang yung i-shoulder mo sa loss. Parang ganun. Pag high risk taker, you can go to stocks or equities. Diba? So, dapat alamin mo. Pero, laging sinasabi ni Kuya Bo, if consistent ka, every month nag-i-invest ka, and long term, yung goal mo, the high risk, nare-reduce yan, nagiging medium yan, or nagiging low risk din yan. Diba? Kaya laging sinasabi, dapat long term. Wag mo nang araw-araw mo nang tinitingnan yung performance ng market, diba? So, this is mutual funds. Meron tayong mas detalyadong video. Hindi ko na to discuss kasi merong separate video for that. Yan, kasama to doon. Para tipid. So, our guide to building wealth. Invest your money consistently and long enough para ma-build yung wealth mo, para mag-compound siya. Diba? Invest on assets and not on liabilities. Your money must earn a rate of return higher than inflation, at least 4% dapat. Understand the market bago ka pa mag-invest. At least yung basic, dapat medyo alam natin. Look for investment that have tax advantage. Actually, mutual funds has tax advantage because it is non-taxable. Diba? And the result will be your future retirement. So, marami na pong tao They use this concept and work on it. And you can do it too. Marami na po nakagawa na dito. Diba? So, thank you very much. That's all for Module 1. And then next video will be Module 2. Thank you. See you. Bye.